Learn how to assess opportunity costs and make decisions that transform your life. Imagine standing at the edge of a vast desert. Holding a map, you see two paths ahead. One leads to a lush oasis, the other to barren dunes. The catch? You only get one shot to choose, and the map has no labels. What do? This is the essence of every decision in life. An unending dance of choices, risks, and sacrifices. The framework we'll explore today is about mastering that dance and transforming every decision you make. But first, ask yourself, what's the cost of saying yes to one thing and no to another? And have you ever considered that the greatest expense in your life might be what you don't even realize you're giving up? In this video, we'll embark on a journey to uncover how understanding opportunity costs can profoundly transform not only your choices but your very life trajectory. Together, we'll weave Stoic wisdom with modern insights and practical techniques, turning abstract philosophy into a tool for real-world mastery. The story begins with a man, call him David. David had a dream of traveling the world, but he spent years chained to a corporate job. One day, he had a life-altering epiphany. Every hour spent in the office was an hour he could never reclaim for adventure. This wasn't just a loss of time, it was the opportunity cost of not living the life he truly wanted. Opportunity cost is deceptively simple. It's the value of the best alternative you forego when making a choice. Yet, its simplicity belies its profound implications. Every yes you utter to one thing silently whispers a no to countless others. Are you saying no to the wrong things? Or, even worse, not realizing the true cost of your yes? Let's ground this with an exercise. Look around you, your current job, your relationships, your habits. What did you give up to be here? Could you have spent more time pursuing a passion, learning a new skill, deepening a meaningful connection? Now, ask the harder question. What are you giving up right now by not choosing differently? Opportunity costs don't just exist in money or time. They live in every facet of life: relationships, health, personal growth. Think of a person who eats unhealthy meals daily. The cost isn't just the price of the meal, it's the vitality, longevity, and confidence they're sacrificing. The truly transformative realization: opportunity cost doesn't just measure what we lose, it measures what we could have gained. Let's dive deeper. Why do most of us fail to assess opportunity costs effectively? The problem often lies in three traps: short-term bias, fear of uncertainty, and the illusion of abundance. Short-term bias. Humans are wired for instant gratification. We chase the dopamine hit of immediate rewards, neglecting the compounding benefits of long-term gains. But what if we trained our minds to delay gratification? What if, instead of indulging now, we planted seeds for a richer harvest tomorrow? Pause and reflect. How much of your current life is driven by the need for instant rewards? And what would happen if you chose differently just once? Fear of uncertainty. Every decision involves risk. The fear of making the wrong choice often paralyzes us into inaction, which, ironically, is a choice itself, a choice with its own opportunity costs. The Stoics remind us, we suffer more in imagination than in reality. What if you leaned into uncertainty, not as a threat, but as an opportunity to grow? The illusion of abundance. We tell ourselves there's always more time, more chances, more opportunities. But is there? Every decision you delay chips away at the finite resource of your life. The harsh truth: you can earn more money, but you can't earn more time. Let me share another story, a personal one. Years ago, I faced a pivotal moment: pursue a stable career path or follow my passion for storytelling. The first option promised security, while the second whispered uncertainty but fulfillment. I hesitated, weighed my options, and realized the cost of not pursuing storytelling was a lifetime of wondering. What if? I chose storytelling, and while the journey wasn't easy, it led me here to this moment. Sharing this insight with you, every decision you make is a vote for the person you want to become. Who are you voting for with your choices today? As we approach the end of this part, let's recap with a powerful takeaway. Life isn't about eliminating opportunity costs. It's about consciously choosing them. You will always give up something, but when you choose deliberately, you're no longer a victim of chance. You become the architect of your destiny. I leave you with this question. If you had to make one decision today that would profoundly change your life, what would it be? And what's stopping you? The science of decision-making. How to break free from indecision and take action like a philosopher. Imagine standing in a grocery aisle, staring at hundreds of cereal boxes. Paralysis sets in. You question your choice endlessly. Should you pick the healthier option? The tastier one? The one on sale? While this may seem trivial, the psychological phenomenon at play, decision fatigue, is the same force behind life's larger indecisions. Decision fatigue erodes our ability to choose wisely, and yet, decision-making is the single most powerful tool we wield in shaping our lives. The key to mastering it lies in combining ancient wisdom with modern science. To begin, let's strip away the complexity. Every decision you face boils down to three factors: clarity, confidence, and courage. These aren't abstract virtues. They're practical tools you can cultivate. Here's how. Clarity. Clarity starts with defining what truly matters. The Stoics believed in separating what's in your control from what isn't. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Modern psychology echoes this wisdom with the regret minimization framework. Picture yourself decades into the future. Looking back, which decision will you most regret not making? This exercise clears the fog of indecision by aligning you with your long-term values. Ask yourself, what decision aligns with the life I want to create? Not just the life I have today. Confidence. Confidence in decision-making doesn't mean being certain you're right. It means being willing to act despite uncertainty. Neuroscience reveals that indecision stems from an overactive prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for planning and risk analysis. It's the voice that whispers, "What if you fail? What if you regret this?" To silence this voice, adopt the Stoic practice of premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils. Imagine the worst-case scenario of your choice. What would happen? How would you handle it? When you face fears head-on, they lose their power over you. Confidence isn't born from avoiding risk. It grows when you learn to dance with it. Courage. Courage is the final, and perhaps most critical, ingredient. It's the bridge between knowing what to do and actually doing it. Fear often stops us, but here's the Stoic secret. Courage isn't the absence of fear. It's acting despite it. The science of habit formation offers a practical tool. Start with micro-decisions. Want to change careers? Don't quit overnight. Begin by exploring, networking, or upskilling. Momentum builds courage, and small victories pave the way for larger ones. Reflect. What's one small action you can take today to move closer to your goal? Let's return to the idea of opportunity cost. To master it, you must go beyond understanding it, you must internalize it. Here's a simple framework. Write it down. For every decision, list what you're gaining and what you're giving up. Seeing this visually often makes the trade-offs clearer. Assign a value, quantify the costs and benefits, not just financially but emotionally, relationally, and in terms of personal growth. Decide and commit. The greatest opportunity cost is time spent wavering. Once you've evaluated, act decisively. Now, let's apply this to a real-life scenario. Consider the story of Maya. Maya had a stable but unfulfilling job and dreamed of starting her own business. For years, she hesitated, fearing the uncertainty of entrepreneurship. She finally sat down and calculated the opportunity costs, staying in her job security, yes, but at the cost of creative fulfillment and long-term financial freedom. Starting her business, risk, but with the potential for immense growth and alignment with her passion. By quantifying her trade-offs, Maya saw that the cost of staying in her job far outweighed the risk of leaving. She quit, started her business, and transformed her life. The decision wasn't easy, but clarity, confidence, and courage guided her through. Let's pause here for a philosophical challenge. What if the fear of making a wrong decision is actually the greatest opportunity cost of all? What would you do differently if you trusted that every choice, right or wrong, teaches you something invaluable? We can't talk about decision-making without addressing the paradox of choice. In a world overflowing with options, why does it feel harder than ever to decide? Psychologist Barry Schwartz calls this the paradox of choice. The more options we have, the more anxious and dissatisfied we become, fearing we've made the wrong one. The Stoics, long before Schwartz, had a solution: voluntary simplicity. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. Simplify your choices by focusing on what aligns with your core values. Eliminate the noise. Ask yourself, are you overwhelmed by options because you're unclear about what truly matters?" Now, a modern twist. Let's talk about decision automation. What if you didn't have to decide everything? High-performing individuals like Steve Jobs and Barack Obama famously wore the same outfits daily to reduce decision fatigue. The principle is simple. Save your mental energy for what truly matters. Can you automate small, repetitive decisions in your life, meal plans, daily routines, or financial contributions? Doing so frees up cognitive space for the decisions that truly transform your life. As we near the end of this part, let me leave you with one final thought. Every decision is a brushstroke on the canvas of your life. The big, sweeping strokes, the career you choose, the relationships you nurture stand out, but it's the tiny strokes, the micro-decisions you make every day, that give the painting depth and meaning. I leave you with this question. If your life were a painting, would the decisions you're making today create the masterpiece you envision? The art of alignment. How to build a decision-making framework for a life without regret. Picture a ship sailing in the vast ocean. Without a compass, it drifts aimlessly, its course determined by the whims of the wind and waves. Now, think of your decisions as the compass of your life. Are your choices steering you toward your true north? Or are you adrift, pulled in every direction by fleeting desires and external pressures? This final part of our journey is about creating a decision-making framework, your personal compass, that ensures every choice you make aligns with your core values, aspirations, and long-term fulfillment. Let's explore how to build this framework step by step, combining timeless wisdom and actionable strategies. The foundation of this framework is self-awareness. The Stoics believed that knowing oneself is the first step toward mastering life. Marcus Aurelius urged us to dig within, because within is the fountain of good. In modern terms, this means identifying your core values, the non-negotiable principles that define what matters most to you. Here's a practical exercise. Write down 5 values that you want your life to embody. Could be integrity, creativity, freedom, family, or growth. Once you have your list, rank them in order of importance. This clarity becomes your anchor, guiding your decisions when the seas of life get rough. Reflect. Are the choices you're making today aligned with the values you hold most dear? If not, what needs to change? The next pillar is long-term vision. Without a clear destination, even the best decisions can feel directionless. Imagine your life 5, 10, or 20 years from now. Who do you want to be? What legacy do you want to leave behind? This isn't about rigid planning. It's about painting a picture of your ideal future to inspire and guide your present. Visualization isn't just philosophical, it's backed by neuroscience. Studies show that vividly imagining your future self strengthens the connection between your present and future identities, making long-term goals feel more tangible and motivating. Ask yourself, what would your future self thank you for doing today? With your values and vision in place, the next step is to create a decision filter. This filter is a set of questions or criteria you apply to every significant decision. Here's an example. Does this align with my core values? Will this choice move me closer to my long-term vision? Am I saying yes to this out of fear or genuine desire? What is the opportunity cost of this decision? If I say yes to this, what am I saying no to? This filter isn't about eliminating all uncertainty. It's about ensuring your decisions are deliberate and aligned. Now, let's address a common obstacle: emotional interference. Emotions are powerful motivators, but they can cloud judgment when left unchecked. The Stoics taught the importance of mastering emotions, not suppressing them. Epictetus said, "Don't let the force of an impression when it first hits you knock you off your feet. Say to it, 'Hold on a moment. Let me see who you are and what you represent.'" Modern psychology offers a practical tool: emotional labeling. When faced with a difficult decision, pause and name the emotions you're feeling: fear, excitement, doubt. This simple act engages your rational mind, helping you separate emotion from logic. Ask yourself, is my decision driven by clarity or clouded by emotion? One of the most overlooked aspects of decision-making is the power of saying no. Every no is a yes to something else. Warren Buffett famously said, "The difference between successful people and very successful people is that very successful people say no to almost everything. But saying no isn't easy. It often comes with guilt, fear of missing out, or disappointing others." The solution: reframe no as a positive. Instead of focusing on what you're rejecting, focus on what you're gaining: time, energy. Focus for the things that truly matter. Reflect. What in your life deserves a courageous no right now? Now, let's tie it all together with the alignment trifecta: values, vision, and action. Alignment means your daily actions reflect your values and bring you closer to your vision. Misalignment creates stress, dissatisfaction, and regret. Imagine a musician who dreams of composing symphonies but spends most of their time managing spreadsheets. Or a parent who values family but rarely spends quality time with their children. These misalignments aren't just frustrating, they're costly. To assess your alignment, conduct a simple audit. List your top 5 values. Write down your vision for the next decade. Review your daily habits and recent decisions. Where are the gaps? And what actions can you take to close them? Finally, let's explore the role of reflection. Decision-making isn't a one-and-done process. It's a cycle of action and learning. The Stoics practiced nightly reflection, asking themselves, "What did I do well today? What could I have done better?" Adopt this habit by creating a decision journal. After every significant choice, jot down what decision you made, why you made it, the outcome, lessons learned. Over time, this journal becomes a treasure trove of insights, helping you refine your framework and make better decisions. As we near the conclusion of this journey, let me leave you with a story. A young artist once asked a master painter, "How do I create a masterpiece?" The master replied, "It's simple. Every stroke of your brush must serve the vision you see in your mind. Your life is your masterpiece. Every decision is a brushstroke. Some will be bold, others delicate, but as long as each stroke aligns with your vision, the final painting will be one of beauty, meaning, and purpose." So, I ask you this: what brushstroke will you make today? And will it bring you closer to the masterpiece you envision? This concludes our exploration of learn how to assess opportunity costs and make decisions that transform your life. Take these tools, reflect on these questions, and go forth to design a life you won't regret. The compass is in your hands. Steer wisely.